What's up, everybody? This is your stream, Mr. Steven, and welcome to a very, very special edition on the Steven Factor. Tonight, for the first time ever, this is the extraordinary story that I like to share with you for all my entire life. That the night I saved my neighbor into onto F, and and I really don't know how to say this, but we watched this video. This is a very encouraging, a heroic, and terrifying experience for me that I never done this before to save a person's life like that. And so I decided like to share with you on this tonight's episode that I like to call Fire of Fury, the night that I saved my neighbor on 2F. And before I start, I just want to let you know that I am not make this all that stuff up. It is a 100% true. The facts is true. If I would change the words a little bit, that's okay with me. But if you've been watching this video from across the nation and around the world, it was true, and also it was completely inspiring. So here it goes. This was my true story. It was all started on Monday, on June 10th, 2019. And it was around like a minute until 8 o'clock when I changed the channel to Dr. Phil so my mom and I could watch it together. And to be honest with you, the apartment was quiet. I am a quiet person. I I always want to be alone with my mom. And sometimes I will be alone at late nights, and I'm a guy just don't want to be bothered. But anyways, my mom came out of her room and trying to trying to fix one of the envelopes to definitely to stack on. And I'm still watching this trailer of Dr. Phil, which is on the rerun. And my mom said to me, Steven, where'd you get the rubber band? So I went in, so I got up, I get the rubber band into the kitchen, or should I say I go in the kitchen into the rubber band. And all of a sudden I just heard this woman screaming to call for help. Not once, but twice. And she yells like, "Help! Help!" And when I look in the peephole, it was on 2F. And it looks like a glowing thing is in the kitchen. So, and I was like, oh my God. I had to open the door to see what's going on. So, just to let you know, my neighbor name is Anna, by the way. I met her for a very long time. And she just stayed there for like one to two, I think it's like 2.5 years ago, I think I met her. She's a very nice person, to be honest. So meanwhile, she went downstairs trying to knock on the superstore and no one's there. So I opened the door. Like I said, I want to see what's going on because I just find out there's a fire in the kitchen. So Anna's just upstairs. She came to me and I told her, Anna, is there a fire in the kitchen? And she said yes. She's in the yeah. She said yes. There's a fire in the kitchen. And I was like, I said okay, I'm coming. So I decided to jump into action. So I just ran from the hallway to the living room and went to my mother's bedroom. And I told my mom just said to me, Steven, what's going on? I said, I told her there's a fire in 2F. And I say it twice to her because I had to make this thing quick. So I grabbed the red bucket, go in the bathroom, turn on the cold water. So I had to make it quick. I don't want to use a lot of water, so I had to use like a little less or medium size. So I grabbed the water a bucket and ran back from the living room to the hallway. And for the first time ever, I went into 2F. I barged into the 2F. And I saw a fire in the kitchen for the very first time. But there's not one, there are two of them. One she picked up in the sink, and second, there's a little fire on the stove. And I just smell like grease fire because both grease and water don't match together, to be honest with you. And anyways, um, she was cooking for something, and I think that's because the stove messed up. But anyways, um, I barged right in there, and whew, I was trying to pour the water into the sink to let it go away, but that's not that's not the fire what she's talking about. She was pointing at she was pointing to me to look over there because there's a fire on the stove. And I was like, oh my God, that was the big one right there. So what I did is that I had to refill that water again. I had to pour that water out. Not once, twice, but three times already. And I dump it in again and again, and finally it burned out. At the same time, she started panicking, to be honest with you. And and this white person just heard outside, uh just heard us, and he said, like talking like, you know, uh it's okay, can I call for help? And I yelled, call 911. So Anna called 911. And to be honest with you, she is so panicking. She was 100% panic. Her face was red, and she does, and she doesn't know what to do, and I mean, she's very scared. She's very nervous. So I had to do something. I had to help her out. I had to help her the name of the address, to know where you live, where's between streets, the zip code and everything. And she explained everything. I told her what's the name, the address and everything, and the apartment number. And to be honest with you, she's calmed down a little bit. And meanwhile, seconds later, the firefighter showed up. And for the first time ever, my mom just came here with a cane. She saw the kitchen, she saw the whole thing. And for the first time ever, wow, it was a total experience. So the firefighters showed up. They tried to investigate what is really going on. I took my mom into the house and everything, and one of the 320 neighbors decided to call us to see everything is okay and stuff. Um, and yeah, everything is all right. So I got out again. I get up again. I opened the door. I had to knock Anna's door again. And I want to see everything is okay. She's feeling a little bit better, a little bit. And meanwhile, our superintendent just came upstairs and showed what is really going on. And meanwhile, she explained everything what happened, how it went down, and I decided to get back in the living room. Meanwhile, the door's been knocked, and I got up again, and there's a package that I just ordered something for my mother. So I opened the door. It was a super, and he said to me, "I quote, this is yours," and I say, "Yes, it was mine." And he gave me a smile on my face because what I did, it was a heroic job to pull off that fire. And to be honest with you, I'm 30 years old, and I never see anything like this. But what I did, it was a right thing to do. I heard she was helping. She was called for somebody to help. I jump into action. I pour the water out as soon as possible before it burned up in flames. And yeah, it was a most terrifying experience. I talked to my friend Martin about it. I talked it to my friend Joe from Joe's and Sal's Pizzeria about it. I talked to Miss Gloria about it. I talked to my neighbor Danny about it. I talked to Jenny and Chris about it, and especially Miss Gail too knows about that. And I am, I like I said, it was an extraordinary story to tell, and what I did is it was a very good thing. And even I talked to Rebecca all about it in the pharmacy too, down by Rite Aid. But um, but what I did, it was a good thing. And saving people's lives is the most heroic thing to do that I have made a tough slash dangerous decision. But thank God there's no injuries whatsoever. And yeah, that's about it. And that that's become one of the biggest stories that I like to tell you on June 10th, 2019. And since I felt so excited, I still thinking about it. And I've been thinking about it for a very, very long time. And you know what? That memory will be right here that I'll never forget. All because of my courage, bravery, and heroism. And since my mom was so very happy that I am a hero. But also, fire is no joke. It is a very dangerous. And as you really know about this, I think safety is the most important thing. In case there's a fire, all you gotta do is just evacuate the building on the fire escape or go downstairs immediately. Or if you touch the doorknob when it's hot, you need to go out on the fire escape immediately. And also, you need to buy some safety kits. The fire extinguisher and the smoke detector. You could get on the hardware store, or you could call the landlord and make a complaint that you need a smoke detector or the fire extinguisher because in case there's a fire, it's up to all the people need to take the action of it. And safety is the most important thing. I learned about the safety rules as a kid until now. But to be honest with you, this is this was the extraordinary experience that I never done in my entire life. And I did what I had to do. So there you have it. That's my true story, and now finally I decided trying to share with you from across the nation and around the world. And to be honest with you, being a hero is a good thing. And I'm never, and I will definitely remember that. This is yours truly, Mr. Steven, saying, Doyle by La Familia. And thank you for watching Steven Factor.